say, well, see, there's these two brothers. It's like Cain and Abel on a high school basketball team. And there's this girl in the middle. But there's this other girl. And there's this father and this mother. And then there's this coach.
And then there's an uncle.
And when the other mother comes back, and an uncle who's very important to the one boy, but not so much to the other. And then... Creator/producer/mastermind. How did a feature script called An Unkindness of Ravens become One Tree Hill? It's a good question 4 years later, that's for sure.
I met Mark 3 years before we ever did One Tree Hill, and he was working on a movie, and the name of the movie was Ravens.
Joe sort of read An Unkindness of Ravens at a very early stage. I actually felt weird about showing it to someone because I loved it so much, but it wasn't done.
He had given me like 10, 11 pages to read of it, and I started to read it, and I really loved it.
And it got very close to getting made around town, but eventually it just didn't find its way.
He really wanted to do it as a movie. And honestly, I kept on checking with him for 3 years until one day he said, okay, I'll write it as a TV show.
You love it so much, why spend 2 hours in this world? Why not spend 22 hours a year in this world?
Remember, 20 shots, no less.
Got it, Dad.
Quit jacking and warm up.
When I read this script, it was called Ravens. I was just coming out of high school, so...
Yeah, I had just finished my junior year in college.
I remember them calling me and saying that they needed a replacement for one of the characters.
The audition process for me was pretty brutal.
Completely aggravating and nerve-wracking.
Remember, I had put my hair into 2 little buns on either side. I thought it was very kind of cute and quirky and Haley. And then my note for the screen test was, you got a screen test, come on in. Don't wear your hair like that. I was like, okay.
It's hot and muggy. There's bugs, but I haven't been bitten yet. Welcome to Wilmington, North Carolina, people.
The most interesting thing in reference to it starting out as a feature is I knew what I wanted the first episode to be. I knew what I wanted the second episode to be. Then I was kind of tapped out at that point. I was like, all right, where are we going? And so it evolved, you know, and it became more about the love triangles and more about, you know, Lucas's relationship to these people in this new world, this basketball arena that he's now entered.
When I read Lucas's character, I just thought there was something wholesome and beautiful about him, and he always rose above everything. He seemed incredibly intelligent and well-spoken, and I think the Lucas that was on the pilot and on the River Court is the same Lucas that's going to end the show. He's seen all these things in his life, and he has realized many of his mistakes. But in the end, you know, Lucas, the good guy, is always going to be there.
Lucas, care to respond and describe Peyton?
Lonely.
Lucas and Peyton were always planned. And if you remember, Peyton was with Nathan. So we knew that we actually, I designed it more as a Lucas-Nathan-Peyton love triangle.
What do I want? What do you want, man? I mean, other than my girlfriend and my spot in the lineup.
Hey! Your art matters. It's what got me here.
I think Lucas and Peyton's that relationship that, you know, has to be destined. You know, I think they're destined to be together. They have so much in common, so many similarities.
They said, why do you want Hillary Burton? And my answer was, she has a lot of pain in her eyes. And I want that pain in Peyton's eyes. We always laugh about it because Hillary's like, it's a good thing a lot of crummy things happen to me in my life.
I've wanted this for so long.
Me too. And now we can have it.
I want us. I want to have everything with you.
Why can't you just leave it alone?
Hey.
Sophia Bush's character, Brooke, wasn't in the pilot, but we added her, you know, shortly thereafter.
All their characters at the moment are very depressing, and they want to bring in someone who's funny.
You know, Peyton, I know you're all Gwen Stefani, plaid skirt, I'm badass, but we love you anyway.
Sophia's audition for Brooke was really interesting.
Mark was terrible. He made me wait in his office, and he comes in, and, you know, so I just gotta ask you a question. And I'm going, what did I do wrong? I mean, we nailed that. I know we nailed that. What? And he goes, it's a hard one. It's a hard question. And he looks at me and he goes, so do you want to move to Wilmington? And I was like, Mark, you're such an ass!
She was the one character in the early days that wasn't carrying around the weight of the world.
Brooke was brought in to stir the pot and kind of spice up the show.
The sign says boys, doesn't it?
Okay, whoa.
Oops. You know, she came in here with this very inherent spark, but it came from her being a little mischievous, you know, her being a bad girl with a heart of gold.
And I said, you know, that would be attractive to Lucas.
Lucas and Brooke was kind of that fun thing, that fun moment that took Lucas outside of himself and caused him to be careless for a little bit.
I love you.
But once again, you can't stop. You go right back to who Lucas is.
Hey,